Where do you find your answers for questions that you have? Do you Google things? Every time you need to do a search and find an answer, do you automatically go to google.com? Well, there's another way, and today you're going to find out. Welcome to Reading, Writing, and Testing Wise with Mr. Murphy. Today's episode is utilizing the public library periodicals. And today I'm podcasting from my home in Washington, D.C., Tuesday, May 25th, 2010. Today we're going to find out how to use our county's public library system to answer different questions, especially using periodicals. And it's actually a fairly easy and simple thing to do. The first thing that you need to do is have your library card. And second, when you go online, you can simply type prge.lib.md.us. This takes us to the Prince George's County Memorial Library System website. And there we have an abundance of resources. Today we're going to use the eCenter link, which if you follow along with this podcast and do it in a smaller box, you'll be able to follow us. So let's see what the eCenter will take us to. First, we'll get a screen with choices for audio downloads, e-book downloads, reference books databases, Ask a Librarian, which is a call center or chat line, or magazines and newspapers. Today we're going to focus on using the magazine and newspapers link. So let's click that. Once at the magazines and newspapers link, we find that there's a whole list of different sites that we can go through and databases. We're going to focus on an easy thing, which is the Washington Post or Washington Post Online Edition. But really we're going to focus on the Washington Post site. So we're going to click on the library databases link at the top of the screen and see what we can do from there. As I said, you need to have your library card accessible to use this. In order for the county to be able to regulate use, it needs to be able to track who is using the systems and these different databases. So get out your card, use the number above your bar or below your barcode, and then type in your password, which should be the last 4 digits of your home phone number. This will allow you to access anything that the county website has to offer regarding databases, audiobooks, and so on. There's a world of information beyond Google right here at our fingertips. So let's see what's next. Now we have a general search database website, and we can check off, if you notice, there are different categories: history, law, literature, education, middle school, African American, health and medicine. But all the way down, we're going to scroll down and see a list of specific databases that narrow our searches. So let's scroll down. Okay, all the way at the end of this list of about 80 different databases, we have the World Atlas, World Book Online, the Washington Post Edition, and the Washington Post at the very bottom of the page. Let's see which one we want to do. Okay, reading the information, the Washington Post e-edition online only has the issues really for the last year, maybe 2. And it's a replica of what was published, an exact replica. While that's awesome to look at, I really went full text because today I'm looking for information about Hurricane Katrina. Rather than Google and get a link to maybe Wikipedia or a blog or somewhere else, I really want to find information that was published during Hurricane Katrina or after it hit areas of our nation. And I know that was in 2005, so I'm going to go into the Washington Post website. So let's see what we do from here. Okay, we're at the News Bank, which is the access to the Washington Post and all the things that they've published in their full articles since 1977. Awesome information. You can pretty much probably find anything that they've published in the last 33 years. So the first thing we need to know that we have are drop-down boxes about subjects, titles, subtitles, headings, all this information, also dates and searches. And there's some clues in the bottom of the screen that you may notice, the most recent issues, and also other things to help us narrow our search. The first thing we're going to do is change our top drop-down. So let's see. Okay, so the top drop-down box is set to keyword. Really, I want a headline, because I know I'm looking about Hurricane Katrina, and anything that has Hurricane Katrina in the headline is totally going to focus on the effects, the storm, and the outcomes of the storm. And I know that was in August of 2005, from around August 25th until August 29th. It was just prior to Labor Day weekend. So you go and you check the drop-down box for headline. I typed in Hurricane Katrina, as you may notice, and then I narrowed the date, and I put in August 24th, or 8/24/2005 to 8/29/2005. That really helps me narrow the information I want to search, because if I typed in Hurricane Katrina, I get thousands of results, because newspapers and other media services have reported so many times on this because it has affected so many people's lives. So let's find out what the Washington Post had to offer for me. Awesome. Okay, so my first article is here on August 27th. It is entitled Hurricane Katrina Makes First Swipe as South Florida Assesses Damage. Okay, I could choose a number of different things at this point to do and figure out what to do with this article. One, if I clicked on the blue link here with the title, I would get the entire text of the article. If you notice on the right hand side in the text box under saved articles, I could save that article if I click by the number 1. I could email this article to myself or print it. There's so many things that we can do with this. And I really don't have enough time to even begin to get into what we could go further. So today, what we're going to focus on is where we can go. First, as you may recall, we can go to the PG County Memorial Library System website, which is prge.lib.md.us. Click on the eCenter, go to Library Databases, and search the Washington Post website for different things. After we do that, you can narrow your search. Thanks again for joining me. This is Mr. Murphy for Reading, Writing, and Testing Wise. Thank you again for joining us for this podcast. I hope you learned a little bit about accessing the public library system and its databases and finding articles online. Stay tuned for episodes coming in the future on narrowing our searches and using other features with the public library system. Have a great day.